Something flickers in the back of your mind. You stop. You have to stop. Blink it away. It is a tightness behind your left eye, an aching point that refuses to move. And then the voice begins hissing through the background noise of the rig systems, a new whine among the chorus of the life support and ventilation. Sleeper. The hiss brings Laine's sharp features to mind. Suppose you thought you had slipped my nut? Export jumps into your mind, image of the station immolating in white light, though you were not conscious to witness it. You are distant. The voice hisses into white noise. But you are not free of me yet. I'm coming, sleeper. The hiss drops, and I will retake control of what is mine. The closer I come to you, the more you will feel it. Laine moves your finger to tap your forehead. In here. Until you cannot resist. Bright smile, pale eyes, growing kiss that hurts. Then the hiss is gone. The rig suddenly quiet. The stinging tightness diffusing behind your eyes, but the fear remains. Sleeper, you good? Girlfriend is there, floating by her berth. You were talking. Laine is coming. Girlfriend looks alarmed. You feel him? Right? Looks away. Can use that. It's ahead of him. Squeezes your shoulder. We can do this. We are fast and smart. We keep moving. We don't stay anywhere for long. We find a way. Somehow. You nod. You do not know how Laine is able to reach into your mind like this. How he's able to speak into you. But you want to so desperately for it to stop. You must find out what he has done to you before it is too late. You must stay ahead of Laine at all costs. Sleeper? Kadet drifts from the shadows outside Bliss's bay, looking around nervously as she approaches. Seems like I'm going to need to call in that favor. Face is pale and deathly serious. Are you okay? She doesn't seem to hear you, distracted by a group of spacers gliding noisily down the passage behind her. She waits until they pass. Someone hit Stripline. No idea where Camel is. Bunch of goons tearing the place apart as we speak. She screws up her face in pain. You try to grab me, but those muscle heads are slow. Who would attack a courier? No idea. She shakes her head. These were typical random thugs. Could have been anyone with shits to burn. Remember that package I asked you for help with? The one that was bothering me? Remember you mentioning it? I reckon it's got something to do with it. The job was a bust, an express run all the way to the underhang, but when I got there, no one home. Whispering now, leaning closer. This was mashed up, like someone got there first. Should've dumped the package and run, but I bought it back like a good girl. Flashed it in a safe spot. Stripline. Thought the center might come to recover it, but when they didn't, well, I got curious, popped it open. Fixed her hand. Stupid thing to do. Inside was a drive encrypted to hell and back. When I ran into you, well, I heard sleepers are good with data, with tech, so I thought you might be able to take a look at it. Now, Stripline is trash too. Here's the thing. Glances around. Like when I popped it open, I noticed the drive had a dispatch marker. Export. Could it be connected to export getting atomized? Yeah, that's where I'm at too. This thing was sent out from there just before it got cooked. That kind of attention I've been getting the past couple of cycles. She slips a hand terminal from her bag, taps a couple of times, then holds it up to you. Kadet stares out at you from the screen, straight-faced and pale. Beside her picture, you see in block capitals. Spindle Jack KD754, in breach of FAR spindle codes B12 plus F34. Reward for information leading to capture, considered dangerous. Big Cat's blasted it out on the transit channels. Every Spindle Jack hauler and freight carrier is gonna be watching for me. Pulls back the hand terminal angrily, stuffing it away in her bag. Nothing's going on. Anyone who can help? She looks away. Spindle Jacks don't make friends easily, and now all the careers I know are looking to turn me in for a payout. Snaps her hat to the side, her eyes flashing with anger. Why do you think I'm here? It's time for that favor, Sleeper. She... Your eye. My connections are burned. Hell, my whole carrier is gone. I need to fight back. If I walk away, there's nothing to walk away to. Softens a little. I need your help. What can I do? You should get the drive. Takes a breath. If they wanted that much, then use it to buy my way out of the shit show, and I tucked it away somewhere safe, so my guess is they haven't got it to it yet. You just slip in, I'll give you the location, and pull the thing out. It's simple. None of this is simple. Just snatch it and go, don't overthink it. Look, if this thing turns out to be worth something, you'll get your due. All I want is my life back. The drive is in the workshop. There's a loose panel behind an airbag rack. It's taped to the back of the fuse box inside. I've got to keep heading down Spindle. The overhang, past the end of the transit tunnels. No one will rat me out there. Glances around. I'll come find you when it's done. I still got some network access. I'll know where you're going. Wings, offering no further explanation. Bags locked up nearby. I'm gonna hop. Do me this favor, then we are clear. Stay safe. My best slipper. She gives you a mock salute. She slips back into the shadows, and a few moments later, you hear the percussive pulse of an airbag accelerating away. You know at least what it's like to be on the run, to flee your life. And in that, you feel an empathy, a connection with Kadet. But from every other angle, this thing looks like bad news. The kind a sensible person would steer well clear from. And perhaps you would steer well clear if it wasn't for one detail that has stuck in your mind. The drive is from Hexport. Is all that enough to send you down the strip line in search of that drive? Only time will tell. Oh, I would definitely want to search for the drive. Okay, we have that other contract available as well. I mean, we are not really hurting for money. And as this proves, like, I can use all of my dice, then get the contract or start on the job. 3 glitches, that is worrisome. Yeah. The bar shift might be the this is the no-go. The bar shift might be the way to go right now. I mean, cut your way in. Ah! Gosh darn it. Okay. Go. A neutral would suffice. A neutral would suffice. Come on, man. I said a neutral would suffice. Okay. Let's earn a meal. Sure. And let's do buy some supplies. And let's see this contract. Hidden rack. -3 the hunt during travel. Laine is hunting you once again. His progress will be tracked by the hunt clock. If this is filled, he will catch up with you. It will increase once every cycle you spend in a hub. However, each time you travel, the hunt will reduce by 3. If you keep moving, you can stay one. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Like, even with the contracts. I can even... in the cycle? Let's see, let's end the cycle. See how the glitches resolve. Okay. We want on that one. And... sure. Damage dice there, that's a bit unfortunate. Here goes nothing. That should be enough. Even the neutral should be enough. There we go. Yeah. You slide the loose panel away from the wall, letting it float there, beside the airbag rack. Behind it, in the dark, you see in the blinking lights of the fuse box. A noise nearby draws your attention for a moment. Scrape of a sliding door, maybe? Or just some old system cycling in the walls? It took long enough to gain access to a Stripline Express bike garage, and longer still to find a safe route to the airbike racks. But you're almost there. You have seen and heard the hard muscle searching and guarding this place, but have been lucky enough not to come to face with them. Yet. You turn back to the darkness behind the panel. What Kadet said is right. The drive is taped to the back of the fuse box in front of you. You reach through and around, slowly, carefully, and your hand settles on something cold and metallic in the dark. It's taped firmly into the box. You pull at it, but it doesn't budge. Quiet rattle echoes from the dispatch office next door, and you freeze for a second. Seems Kadet was a little too enthusiastic with the tape. Fire it off. Roll. Okay. In one quick movement, you rip the drive away from the fuse box. The sound echoes loudly in the hollow behind the wall panel, and you wait quietly for it to subside. A few seconds pass in silence. You move. Slip the drive inside your coat and kick away from the wall, gliding back towards the maintenance corridor you entered from. As you cross the bike garage, you hear voices in the dispatch office next door. Just as you tuck yourself into the cool darkness of the maintenance corridor, a screech indicates the opening of a door from the office next door. Voices rumble through the room, and you quickly and quietly push yourself deeper into the guts of the building. Too close. Barely daring to breathe, you carefully make your way through the maze of passages that brought you here. There are doglegs and dead ends now familiar. Eventually you spot a thin slit of light ahead. Marking the loose panel, you lever it open to gain entrance. You take a deep breath, almost there. As you reach the gap, you freeze. Voices rumble from beyond, and peering through, you see two figures in the dark clothes searching the chaotic bay behind the strip line. Your eyes are drawn to the dark box weapon one holds at their side. Silent to yourself, your eyes searching for a path through. Yeah, Russian. While waiting, you shove the panel aside and kick hard off the wall, reaching out for the figure with the weapon. You slam into them, sending both of you tumbling through the air. You kick out again and feel your foot connect with their face, slamming them into the floor and sending you spinning towards the far side of the bay and the public passage beyond. There's a hiss and the guttural chatter of a pressure valve as an airbike pulls up beside you in the passage. Kadet leans over and grabs the collar of your coat. Hop on! In a moment you are on the back of the airbike, clutching the strap of Kadet's bag as she guns it down the passage, the air resistance almost ripping you from the thin seat. You lean against her back and let out a sigh, the drive pressing into her ribs beneath your jacket. You did it. Alive back there? Its voice brings you back from the hypnotic rhythm of the tunnel lights rushing past the airbag. She slows the bike with a rapid series of hisses, and you realize she has brought you back to the passage outside Bliss's Bay. You try to understand the route she took, a long loop through the branching transit tunnels of the station, but give up. Now let go now. She straightens up, and you unhook your fingers from her back strap, separating yourself from her back. Push off the bike gently and float in the passage beside her. You okay? Look pretty rough back there. Miles. Appreciate you putting it all on the line for me. All good. He nods. You get the drive done? Finish the drive. You fish the drive out of your jacket and hand it over. That's the one. Squints at it. I've chucked it when I had the chance. You get your first good look at it, and there's not much to see. Small lump of solid-state memory with a few markers on the case. You spot a yellow hex among them. Export. We shouldn't hang around. Damn right. She slides her bag around her shoulder and to the front and slots the drive neatly into a pocket. I know someone in the scatter yards who can crack anything. Should be my first port of call to crack this thing open. She stretches her shoulders. And I should make myself scarce from the spindle anyway, for those dickheads catch up with me. And with us? She had the offer, but I think it's best if we go our separate ways for now. Two targets are harder to track than one. Cycles the pressure valve on the bike impatiently. Kadet leans away from her bike, squinting out of the viewing window at your ship behind. That yours? Doesn't wait for an answer. If I'm not mistaken, that old thing is going to struggle to reach the scatter yards, unless you've added a Hasnav suit. Hasnav? Yeah, belt between here and the scatter yards is drowning in debris, ever since export. You only has our navigation to make the crossing safely. All Extended created the deck to help the tankers cross the belt. Common knowledge. Get it nuts at your ship. Maybe if you head up to the wellspring, you can barter or steal a suite. Yeah, it's casually. Here. Kadet unties a backlash to her back frame and holds it out to you. Not enough here for a refit, but maybe you'll find some use for him. Take the bag and something clinks inside it as you do. You open it to see a couple of engine components. I was gonna use them to boost her. He taps the frame of the airbike, but you deserve them. Meets your eye, then looks away. Not like I'll be doing any runs for a while anyway. Thanks. Nothing. Like I said, you deserve them. She flexes her fingers on the bike's handles, eager to be away. Kadet's airbike stutters and bursts, trembling in the air like an arrow ready to be loosed. You're around. She winks and guns the throttle, zipping off down the passage with a pulse of air that ripples through your clothes. Stare after her as she goes, the bag of components still hanging from your hand. You realize as you look down the passage that you never asked how Kadet plans to get to the scatter yards. That question, like a score of others, will have to wait until you run into her next. Although you have a feeling she will find a way to slip away before you can ask them next time. You head back towards her ship to stow the components, idly wondering if you could justify buying an airbark to Seraphine as you do soon. Okay, 1 breakpoint.